we just moved to Europe, me and my girlfriend, and I had to ask her for money 2 to 3 months because I wasn't making enough for myself. I wasn't making enough for my own survival. And that made me feel so bad about myself, especially as the man in the relationship. I was completely destroyed. And so when I hit that rock bottom, I was like, something has to change. Like, I've tried so many things, but for some reason, this isn't working. Welcome back, my friend, to the Become Limitless podcast. If this is your first time, welcome. I appreciate you. If this is not your first time, welcome as well. The Become Limitless podcast is the podcast where we speak and enter a new realm of possibilities to truly unlock your limitless potential in all areas of your life and share with you valuable tools that I've learned over the years in deep transformational and healing modalities. So we cover all of the ranges from entrepreneurship to energy healing to quantum healing, and it's a really wholesome, fun, exciting journey that I'm going to be sharing you with the intention and purpose of helping you become your highest self, to helping you become the best version of yourself and create an extraordinary life as you step into your greatness. So without further ado, let's jump straight into episode, which is how to brainwash yourself for success and how to instantly eliminate negative thoughts from your mind. This is a really cool episode. I'm very excited to share it with you. At the end of this episode, we're going to be doing a 5-minute live exercise where you can literally brainwash yourself for success and you can instantly eliminate negative thoughts. So we're going to speak about some stories and some context before we do the live exercise, but know that at the end, I'm going to give you a real life solution that actually works. Because a lot of the times, remember, I've been looking crazy for all over the internet in courses, in online mentors, in blogs, in books, actual ways, like actual frameworks that worked to reprogram my subconscious mind, to brainwash myself for success and eliminate negative thinking. I've been looking for those tools for years and I couldn't really find them. So instead, I kind of created my own after years of research, experimentation, and creativity. And I've unified it into what I'm going to be presenting to you today. So know that if you listen to this exercise at the end for 5 minutes a day, every day, your life will start giving you magic and miracles. And to illustrate this point, I want to start the episode by sharing a personal experience of how this exercise truly transformed my life, especially in the area of wealth and abundance. Because I've been in my personal development journey for about 5 to 6 years. And so I've been upgrading, leveling up, optimizing all areas of my life. And I became really good at having emotional and mental mastery. I would respond in a way that I would be grounded. I achieved a very deep sense of inner peace and presence. I had a really great relationship. I was traveling the world and exploring different cultures. So all around in most areas of my life, I was doing incredible. And I was so proud and humbled to know that I have reached these levels because at the beginning it was really hard. There was a lot of suffering and pain. But the one area that was evading me over and over again was actually wealth, money, and prosperity. And so what happened is I got really deep into transformation and healing, and I started working on releasing money blogs and abundance blogs and working at the level of my identity. And I came across these exercises that I then unified, and I created what I call the deepening relaxation exercise with prosperity affirmations. And what I discovered in my journey was that I was able to have a tool that would allow me to drop down to an alpha brainwave frequency, which would decrease the resistance from my mind, and my inner critic, my ego, was completely gone. I would be able to focus internally. And as I kept researching, I realized that alpha being in the alpha brainwave state was opening to a whole new world. Because when you're in alpha, your brain is very susceptible to new ideas because there's no resistance. And so when there is no resistance, you can literally install and brainwash yourself. This is really anything that you learn about the subconscious mind or how to reprogram yourself for success is done through this way, either going into alpha or going into a deeper state of theta, so that you, as your personality, your old conditioning, take a step back and you allow new ideas, new beliefs to be installed into you by, for example, listening to affirmations. So here's something really funny, right? If you've tried transforming yourself with affirmations, I'm sure it's really useful to one point, but I feel that on a deep level, you don't really install them on that energetical subconscious level. It seems to me that it's something more superficial. And I tried this for years and I couldn't really feel them in my body as truth. So what happened? I discovered this tool that allowed me to go into alpha. And when I went into alpha, I crafted some really powerful prosperity affirmations around abundance, around my infinite power, around how all doors of abundance are always opening for me and unlimited opportunities for wealth and money and clients flow into me. And so I committed to listening to these tools every single day. But the key was first to go into the alpha brainwave state of mind so that I could remove the resistance from my brain. And then everything was going in. I was literally brainwashing myself for success in the area of wealth and abundance. But before we get into the solution, I do want to dive deeper into what led me to that point, because I really, really struggled with money and finances for a really long time. And I had a lot of negative thoughts and worries about money. Unfortunately, the way that I grew up in my family, it was a very scarcity-based mindset in my house. And even though somehow there was always food and we were able to pay the bills, a lot of the times there was this invisible message saying, there isn't enough to go around. You have to share your food with your brothers. You have to always like having this feeling or this angst or this unease feeling that there isn't enough. And so every time we went out to eat for dinner or for lunch and my dad would invite us, this fear creeped in. And even when I moved out of the house and I started going to college and I lived on my own, I had such deep-rooted fears around money that I couldn't really stop myself from worrying about paying my bills, around paying my university, around paying my rent, about paying even food or going out. I was always counting money. I was always so obsessed and worrying and worrying and worrying if it was going to be enough, if I was going to make the next month of rent. And so I was in this deep state of survival that really crushed me. It really crushed my soul and my self-esteem, and my entire energy was being sucked out of me. And I was never present. I was never really connected to life. I was always worrying in my mind about money, about food, especially with food. I don't know why. As soon as I went into a restaurant and I saw the menu, I would immediately look at the prices. Later on, even when I got a really good paying job as a civil engineer, I was making really, really good money. The patterns were still there. So it wasn't about having more money, because I thought that was the solution. But when I had more money, those patterns were still there. I was still worrying about money. I got to the point I had saved up around $20,000. I quit my job. I moved to Bali. I started working. I really wanted to launch my own business online and travel the world and have that freedom. But the first 3 years, it was always ups and downs. I would make 3 to 4 to 5K a month maybe, and then I would make zero, or I would make minus, and I would like just completely maxed out my credit cards. And even though I was starting to travel around the world, I was in this paradox of like, I'm living the good life, and at the same time, I'm worrying so much about money. And this is something that I haven't really opened up to many people, because it's such a recent event that it's really like taken time to sit and integrate all of this madness, really, that it got me to the point where I felt so powerless. We just moved to Europe, me and my girlfriend, and I had to ask her for money 2 to 3 months because I wasn't making enough for myself. I wasn't making enough for my own survival. And that made me feel so bad about myself, especially as the man in the relationship. I was completely destroyed. And so when I hit that rock bottom, I was like, something has to change. Like, I've tried so many things, but for some reason, this isn't working. I need to shift something within me. And something that I want to explain here as a little pause to the personal story is this is how your subconscious mind and your energy and the world around you operates. If you have these negative automatic thoughts that you have to be worried or that you have to be stressed about money, that you have to always be thinking or believing if it's going to be enough or there's not enough money to go around, this world is scarce. That is the reality that you're going to create because it's like you're wearing glasses. Every belief that you have inside of you, even if it's not true, you're going to manifest that as your external reality because your subconscious mind and their reticular activating system are always looking to prove your beliefs because that is literally the number one need for human beings is to prove their own beliefs because they need to be aligned. Like you need to validate your own existence. And so you unconsciously are seeking proof externally that your beliefs are truth. So if you believe that the world or the universe is made out of scarcity and that there is not enough to go around, you will actually create those situations in your life and you'll attract people and situations for you to be stressed, for you to be making less money, for you to lose money, to self sabotage your success around money because you have that deep seated pattern of there isn't enough to go around. And that was my reality. I was just so deep down in my own powerlessness that I just needed to move forward. I needed to create momentum. And I really started to develop this really strong desire to change my circumstances, to change any old deep beliefs around money or around the universe, around wealth and abundance. And I discovered this really nifty tool. And every single day I committed, as soon as I woke up, I would start to listen to. You're going to literally listen to this at the end. So I'm so excited that you're going to be relating to this personal experience so much because the affirmations that you're going to be listening to when you're in alpha are the exact affirmations that I listened. And so here's the crazy part. After all of this suffering and pain for years and worry about money, and you know that when you're worrying about money, you don't feel safe, you don't feel secure. You're always like in this hypervigilance mode, even if you have money. So I started listening to this. I discovered the world of going into alpha, and I was like, wow, this is crazy. I have within my own abilities the capability to go into alpha in a matter of 2 minutes. I was looking for this too for the majority of my life and I wouldn't find it. And then magically just appeared. And I learned how to go into alpha. It was really, really simple. And once I was there, I started listening to those affirmations. And I really encourage you to do this. I recorded my own affirmations with my own voice. Every single day, I wasn't listening to the voice of a YouTube motivational speaker or a coach or a mentor. I was listening to myself, repeating those affirmations over and over. And they were going directly into my subconscious, directly into my being, because I was in a deep state of alpha and relaxation. There wasn't any resistance. And so the affirmations were listened to more than 30 days in a row until something magical started to happen. I had those beliefs installed on a subconscious level. I knew by that time that they were a reality for me. If I said those beliefs out loud, I would feel them in my entire being, in my entire physiology, in my cells, in my mind. There was no resistance by knowing that that was my new truth. This is where the breakthrough really, really happened. Because I had these beliefs so embedded within me. At that point, it didn't matter that the money, the physical evidence that this worked, wasn't deposited in my account. So my account still wasn't incredible, right? It was still really low. But I just felt like the most abundant and prosperous version of myself. Like I've never felt that way. And so I became the change first. I transformed who I was being. I transformed my entire frequency and my energetic blueprint so that life then responded back to me. And I did this in a way without even knowing it, kind of knowing it, but not knowing it. And I was so excited. I was so feeling so prosperous and wealthy that I knew that things were just going to be changing automatically. And literally in the following weeks, I came up with a perfect book that helped me to create the perfect strategy and framework to finally have incredible calls with potential clients and enroll them into my programs. It was almost like all of this time, there was some sort of ceiling or a shield that wasn't allowing money and opportunities and clients to come in at an energetic level. And so when this breakthrough happened, everything just started to flow in almost like an avalanche. And I started getting clients. I started having the most incredible conversations. I became a better coach, a better leader, a better mentor. And then, without even knowing it, literally a few months later, I was looking at my bank account and I was closing clients for 5 figures. And I don't say this to brag, but to really be in such shock and awe of where I was and what I was able to achieve in a short period of time by doing this strategy, this framework that I'm sharing with you today, because it's that powerful. One of the best affirmations that I reprogrammed and brainwashed myself to believe is large sums of money come to me easily and quickly in increasing quantities from multiple sources on a continuous basis in the best interest of all, in a manner that I get to keep. And if you pause for a second and you maybe play this back or sit with that affirmation, it really hits me on such a deep level because this is what I experienced in my physical reality after I reprogrammed this belief into me. Like I listened so many times that it was just meant to happen. And I'm feeling it right now as I'm sharing this story. This is the power that you have as the conscious co-creator of your life. If there's something that's missing or something that you want to level up, you have the capacity. You've been given those faculties of your mind to reprogram and brainwash yourself for success. This is your inner knowing, your inner power that nobody can take away from you. This is a powerful, powerful experience that I'm loving to be sharing with you. And so from that point forward, I was never really the same person. My entire identity is now shifted completely to effortless abundance and flow and money. And the thoughts, the negative thoughts and worries that came in before around money and wealth and how I was going to pay this and that, they completely got evaporated, eliminated, and removed from my consciousness, right? And maybe 1 out of 100 thoughts that came before comes in, and that's okay because we're humans, we're human beings, and we're still allowed to feel fear and to feel these emotions and just allowing them to be surrendered. But it is truly mind-blowing to me how we can brainwash ourselves on such a deep level that whatever we plant, whatever seed we plant in our subconscious mind becomes a literal reality externally. It's like we have so much power that our consciousness is able to create a physical effect of what we planted. So we reaped what we sowed for so many days, and these are new beliefs that you start to implant, and then it's game on, baby. You untap that potential that's been really wanting to come out from you. So hope you enjoyed that share. In a few moments, we're going to do the live exercise. If you're listening to this whilst you're in a car, make sure that you pause this and you listen to it when you're sitting in a controlled position, because we're going to be closing our eyes. We're going to be going into a deep meditative state in a matter of minutes. So you want to make sure that you're not doing this while you're doing something else. Okay, I'm going to make a quick pause, wait, and we'll get started. The last thing that I really, really want to share is the sheer amount of gratitude and appreciation that I had when I was looking in my bank account a few months ago or a few weeks ago even, is really one of the most profound feelings in the world. Is, when you're like struggling so much and you're doing everything you have in your power, and then life just seems to be resisting you so much. And then after persisting and persisting and persisting and persisting, like it finally, the doors are opened. And I remember watching the graph of the bank account, and it was like really, really low for like a lot of months. And then like it took a big spike, then it went all the way down, then went back up, and then it went even higher. And so it's really cool to relate that to the journey itself. Like it's always these ups and downs, and then you finally have these random quantum leaps that just change your entire reality. So saying all of this to really transmit to you the lesson, the motivation that anything and everything that you're doing is possible. Take action and keep taking action towards your dreams. Keep brainwashing yourself. Do the things that are truly the things that work. When you really brainwash yourself at a very deep level, at a subconscious level, you start to shift your reality and you start to connect to your true power and essence. Okay? Get ready for the live exercise. We're going to do that in 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the Deep Alpha Protocol with affirmations. Let's do it together. Find a comfortable position, close your eyes, and take a deep breath. As you exhale, mentally repeat and visualize the number 3 times. 3, 3, 3. Take another deep breath. And as you exhale, mentally repeat and visualize the number 2 times. 2, 2, 2. Take another deep breath in. And as you exhale, mentally repeat and visualize the number 1 times. 1, 1, 1. To allow you to go deeper, I'm going to count from 10 to 1. On every descending number, you're going to feel drifting deeper and deeper into a more profound state of relaxation. 10, 9, feel going deeper. 8, 7, 6, deeper and deeper. 5, 4, 3, feel going deeper. 2, and 1. You are now at a healthier, deeper level of mind. At this time, concentrate on my words. You are now and always in complete control of your state of mind. You can open your eyes and be fully alert anytime you wish to be. Every time you enter this relaxed state, know that you're getting better and better. Whenever you enter this relaxed meditative state, you're going to mentally say, every day, in every way, I'm getting better and better. When you say these words, sense yourself improving in all areas of your life. Sense yourself getting better and better. Visualize improvements in your life as you mentally repeat the words, every day, in every way, I'm getting better and better. Relax. Relax your eyes. Relax your lips. Relax your jaw. Relax your face. Relax your head. Relax your neck. Relax your shoulders. Relax your chest and back. Relax your abdomen. Relax your arms and hands. Relax your legs and feet. You're now completely relaxed. Repeat mentally, my body rests and refreshes itself when I consciously relax. I'm relaxed now. Repeat mentally after me. Every day, my image of myself gets better. I can do anything I have the desire to do. I am a wonderful human being. There is no one else on earth exactly like me. Every day, I grow stronger, knowing that I can. I can think. I can create. I can do. I can do anything I have the desire to do. Moving on to the prosperity affirmations. Feel these affirmations in every single cell of your being. Feel the energy and the frequency of them shifting you at a molecular, cellular, neuron level, allowing you to become the best version of yourself, the most abundant, loving, and prosperous version of yourself. I deserve to be wealthy. My income increases every day, whether I'm working, sleeping, or playing. You can feel free to repeat these affirmations after me mentally, or just allow them to be received within you, whatever you'd like. Part of all I earn is mine to keep. My income now exceeds my expenses. Every dollar I spend comes back to me multiplied. I am released from my self-image to experience infinite potential unfolding from within me. I am responsible for everything that happens to me and my money. I am financially free, and I'm allowing myself to be financially free. I am wealthy both spiritually and materially. My inner compass guides me to wealth and abundance. My wealth is abundant and appears when I need it. My mind is a center of divine operation, and I receive all of the money that I desire through my spoken word. All doors of abundance and wealth swing open for me now. Miracles never cease. My life is overflowing with abundance, prosperity, and money. My spoken word releases all of the abundance that is mine by divine right. Unexpected doors open for me and release all of the money and opportunity that I need. Large sums of money come to me easily and quickly in increasing quantities from multiple sources on a continuous basis in the best interest of all, in a manner that I get to keep. That concludes the Deep Alpha Protocol and Prosperity Affirmations. If you want to support the podcast and help us reach more people with this message, go to the link in the description of this podcast and leave us a review and a rating on Apple Podcasts. This is going to help us so much with the algorithm, and we're going to be able to be pushed out to more and more people that need this message. That's going to wrap it up for me today. It's a pleasure having you here. Hope you enjoyed this episode, and I will see you next week again.